I agree.
Speaking of teams and their pride and how close they could be to the playoffs, how about the Raiders going and visiting Vice City?
What a loss this is going to be for the Raiders.
You think so?
I love Aiden O'Connell. I think he has a bright future.
Mhm.
I think he's probably the best thing for that team. But man, the Dolphins just have too much firepower. I don't think
They
the
do.
Raiders are capable of competing with that.
I think that there's one way that the Raiders are going to end up winning this game, and one way only, and that's going to be playing mean, grindy football.
So
I
you
think the
think they do
Raiders.
win?
I think the Raiders could win. Yeah, I'm betting on the Raiders to win this week. I'm kind of thinking, Raiders 24-14.
See, I'm thinking Dolphins 31-17.
The reason I'm saying the
I think
Raiders is because routinely Josh Jacobs just gets insanely hot at this point in the season for no good reason.
fair.
I think the Dolphins are the obvious pick, but once I start to analytically start thinking all the way through why the Dolphins are the obvious pick, I start to lean more towards the Raiders. With Jacobs and being so grindy, and with how the Chiefs beat the Dolphins, they proved that you can halt the Dolphins by slowing them down, keeping TOP over them. If the Raiders play smart football, I wouldn't be surprised to see them win, and that's why I'm betting on it.
Who's starting from the Raiders then?
Jacobs is going to be RB1 this week. I think he's going to be the best running back in the NFL this week.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be against starting O'Connell. He just needs to play smart football. He doesn't need to play good football. So I'm cool with
That's
O'Connell
fair.
getting the nod. I think that in Superflex leagues, he's a good QB2. But Devontae Adams, I'm comfortable with. Jacoby Myers, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with. And I think Michael Mayer might be a realistic start. I think he's kind of proving that he is good enough to start week in, week out.
You know what? I think I agree with you. I don't really have any problems with that. And then on the Dolphins side of the ball, obviously Tyreek Hill, Tua. I'd probably start Jalen Waddle. But how confident are you starting any of those running backs from the Dolphins? Or are you just kind of staying away from it?
I'm not feeling too confident in the Dolphins' offense this week. Their whole offensive line is questionable. They're coming off injury. Raheem Mostert's coming off injury. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are still looking good, but it's just one of those things where they're playing a good Raiders defense, and because of that, I'm hesitant to even play any of them. Tyreek is obviously a lock. Tua is a lock. We were talking about the running backs. I don't really see starting a running back this week as being a very valuable option.
Okay, so you're basically staying away from them then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. However, I do think they're gonna. I think the potential is there for those running backs to get some work. I just don't think it's going to happen. But if they get up big, like I think they're going to, then they're probably just going to grind the ball, and I think that's where a lot of those points are going to come for those running backs.
Our philosophy of how we're looking at this game is different. That's why we're having different results. I could see it going the way that you're saying, and I'm sure you could see it the way I'm saying it's going to go. Because of that, the Raiders go up early. Josh Jacobs goes ahead and grinds the ball, gets about 200 yards total, gets 2 touchdowns. I think that's how this game's going to play out, and then they're going to choke the Dolphins out.
Damn.
This is a must-win for the Raiders. And Josh Jacobs steps up big. Every year he does. And why is this year different?
He's a second-half player.
Yep.
Traditionally second-half player.
Yep.
I like it.